All righty. Very pleased to be joined now by Amari Avery, one of our sponsor invites here at the Kroger Queen City Championship presented by P&G. Amari, just how does it feel to be making your first professional start as a professional since turning pro in June?
Yeah, I mean, it feels great. I think turning pro in June, I was really excited to come play on Epson and LPGA Tour, and so I'm excited to play this week. First professional debut on the LPGA, so it's really cool, and I just can't wait for the experience.
Have you gotten to see much of the course today or yesterday? What have you made of it, and maybe how does it play to your some of your strengths?
Yeah, so I just got in yesterday from last week's Epson, so I just kind of took yesterday off, and then today I'm going to go out there in the afternoon, just play the front nine and see how it is. But I talked to some of my friends out here, and they said it's a pretty gettable course, and but there's definitely some challenges too, so we'll see.
You just mentioned you've been talking to some of your friends about it. Maybe who are some of those friends you have out here, and maybe what kind of advice have they also given you?
I haven't got too much advice yet. I think we're just kind of feeling it out, but I was just talking to my close friend Rose Zhang, straight off a Solheim win, so I was just congratulating her, but she didn't really give me much about the course, just kind of saying our hellos and seeing each other after a while.
Have you guys maybe had conversations about what it's like, since you just are very recently new to turning pro, and as she is someone who's also very new to turning pro, have you had conversations about it, just what it's been like going from collegiate to professional life?
I mean, not really. I think we'll definitely catch up throughout the week, but I'm excited to see what she has to tell me. I mean, she's she's had a very unique transition to pro golf, so I think she'd be the one person I'd go to just to ask about the experience and how it's like, so we'll definitely have those conversations.
And then just one more before I turn over to Sarah. Competing on Epson Tour this year, you have 2 top 10 finishes, including one last week in Tuscaloosa. Mm-hmm. How has Epson kind of maybe helped you go from that collegiate experience as you transition to now a professional experience?
Yeah, I mean, going into Epson, I didn't really know what to expect competition-wise. I knew the girls were going to be tough, but I mean, it definitely exceeded those expectations. I think the girls out there are very competitive. I mean, the whole ideal of the Epson Tour is to make it to the LPGA, so I think it's very competitive, it's tough, and I think it really sets you up for playing the LPGA. I mean, obviously these girls are really good, and there is a slight difference in competition, but I think when you play against all those girls out on Epson, they're all fighting for the same thing, so it definitely gets you ready for an LPGA event like this.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and open it up to Sarah. Anyone on the Zoom, if you have any questions, please use the chat function. But Sarah?
Has it been kind of a pinch me moment to finally be playing in an LPGA event as a professional? Has it hit you yet? I know just getting out here today, I don't know if you had that moment of rolling up as a player and being like, oh my gosh.
Honestly, I haven't had that feeling yet. I don't think I've really had the feeling of that I'm a pro yet. I mean, like making the transition from college to Epson, I think it was very quick and very swift. So I feel like I've just been constantly playing events and playing a lot of golf. So it hasn't really hit me yet, but I'm sure after this week, once I get a break, I'm sure it'll hit me.
Obviously played your first LPGA event, your first U.S. Women's Open in 21. What did you maybe learn from that week, playing alongside the world's best athletes that you've kind of used maybe or taken to heart as you've gone through this professional journey over the last few months?
I mean, I think it's been great that I've had the experiences that I've had. I mean, I've played a lot of majors as an AM, so maybe not as much LPGA events, but I think the majors kind of set you up. I mean, that's the toughest challenge of golf, playing in the majors, so I think that really helps me a lot in my experiences, playing at the U.S. Open at Pebble and playing at Chevron. I think it's definitely tough wherever you go, but I think the competition and just the courses that we play at, it really just sets you up for every event.
I know she's transitioned over now to the U.S. national team, but you got to experience Tiff Joe the last couple years at USC. Being around somebody that's been on the biggest stage and having them coach you and really encourage you, did you, what did you take maybe from Tiff or learned from Tiff as you've gone on this professional journey, as you've decided to turn pro?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that I took from Tiff as a coach and just as a person, I think just kind of having a lighthearted approach to things. I mean, she's been on tour. She played on tour for, 11 years or something like that. So, and then transitioning to being a college coach, I think she's kind of done it all. So it's nice to have someone like that. And, I got to, get pretty close with her. So honestly, just being more fun and being more relaxed. She knows about all the tough, challenging situations. So just having her and knowing that you can play these big events but still be very chill is really cool.
What's the most valuable lesson you've learned from Epson this year?
I don't know. I think the most valuable thing I've learned from Epson is how tough golf can be. I mean, I've played a lot of golf coming into Epson, but it's nothing compared to what we do now. I mean, we're playing week in, week out. It could be 4 or 5 week stretches, and that's not something that I was used to coming off of college. I mean, you kind of get prepped for that, but you don't really do that. It's kind of on and off with golf. But, I mean, I think Epson is just, I mean, it's a great way to transition into the LPGA Tour and just into the pro life in general. I think it's a lot of golf, but I mean, this is what we all dreamed about, so it's definitely really cool for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you.